Ah, good old Wrath of the Lich King. When I first started playing WoW, this expansion had just came out, and I thought it looked amazing. And with these graphics and these Northern Lights, you have to agree with me on that one. No man, Vanilla WoW is the best. No, shut up. Okay, I didn't play it, so I'm not gonna say anything on it. So, I'm just gonna have my moment here where I like to talk about Wrath of the Lich King. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna talk about my favorite top 5 raiding bosses in Wrath of the Lich King throughout all of the patches from, you know, Naxxramas to the end of ICC. So let's get started. Starting off at number 5, we have Southarian in the Obsidian Sanctum. He has 3 mini-bosses around him that you can choose to kill or choose not to kill. If you don't kill all 3 of them, and then you just go and attack the boss, they'll come and help him, and you can get achievements for it. Also, with all the trash everywhere around him, you could also choose not to kill that. And so as you see here, when I pull the boss, everything comes to the middle and tries to kill me. That happened back in 3.0 when this boss was out. You know, this was one of the first bosses that people would go and attempt. But I remember when I did it, you know, I don't think I ever got the achievement for it, you know, killing him with all 3 mini-bosses up in current content. I'm pretty sure I only ever got it after when it was current content. But still, this is a great boss, really fun. He's got a bunch of walls and fires and all that, and yeah. Fittingly, at number 4, we have the Four Horsemen in Naxxramas Military Quarter. These guys are the head boss for the quarter. I guess you could call them the head boss of the quarter. I don't know. Anyways, after you kill the boss right before them, they start bantering between each other, and you can hear it here. They're just, you know, they're kind of fighting with each other, but then they're also saying how much they want to kill us and everything. And really, the reason this one came in at number 4 is because the horse mounts they have are really awesome. It's the undead racial horse mount, but still, really badass. I don't think you can get the white one as just a racial mount. I know it's in-game, but I don't think you can get it. But yeah, these guys are really cool, and they only made the list because of how cool they look and whatnot. And, you know, Baron Rivendare is in that one instance that I can't remember the name of. Quality programming here, guys. Coming in on our countdown at number 3 is the infamous Onyxia and her More Dots achievement. If you haven't heard the More Dots saying in the World of Warcraft forums before, well then I feel sorry for you, because you're missing out. Nah, this was a pretty fun one boss instance, you know, brought back from Vanilla WoW. Man, Vanilla WoW was the best. Okay guys, I get it. Anyways, you know, Onyxia was a really fun boss. She had a bunch of all the whelps and everything coming in. It was a 25-man only instance, I believe, at the time, and it was a pain in the ass sometimes, because people just didn't understand to do the fight and everything, and it was so frustrating at times to do this boss that it's just better to leave and not try it at all. I think at the time she dropped 245 gear, I level 245, and yeah, it was a fun dungeon at the time. I mean, it's still pretty fun today, except the part where you can solo it within 25 seconds. But yeah, and another thing I think is pretty cool is that they brought back the models from the original Onyxia drops in Vanilla WoW, which I thought was a pretty cool addition to the fight. For number 2 on this list, I chose all of the bosses in the Vault of Archivon in Wintergrasp. The reason these guys are number 2 on the list is because of the nostalgia of it all, really. You know, your entire faction just won the battle for Wintergrasp, and you're excited and everything. Everybody's grouping up, and alright guys, get ready, we're gonna go do the Vaults of Archivon now, and you get bunches and bunches of groups together, and you all go in and you see this one boss, and then the next tier update you see 2 bosses, and then the other tier update you see 3 bosses, and then the next patch update you see 4 bosses. That's what I thought was really cool, you know. They got the earth first, then they went with wind, then they went with fire, and then finally they went with the ice boss. You know, it matched the theme of the Wrath of the Lich King and all that, because that's when the Ice Watcher came out and whatnot. I just thought it was a really cool instance how Blizzard released the bosses in the instance, and it was just fun to do. They dropped PvP gear and, you know, tier gear. So it was a cool, fun, extra little thing that you did for the week, whether you were a PvPer or a PvEer. So yeah, that was a fun instance. And topping the list at number 1 is the most biased pick of them all, Mr. Lord Marrowgar in Icecrown Citadel. He is the first boss in the Icecrown Citadel, and as soon as you walk in, you can see him, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. You walk in and you see this multiple-headed bone fiend with this badass looking axe. He's just staring you down. I'm gonna kill you all. And when you get up to him and you're ready to fight him, I like his text. I like his voice acting and whatnot, and all the things he says during the fight. And of course, the infamous Bone Storm. I really wish they had named Blade Storm Bone Storm after that patch, but sadly they didn't. And I call it a biased pick because I'm a warrior and it's pretty much a skeleton warrior and whatnot. And also, another thing I think is really cool about it is his axe, you know, that he is flailing around and everything. You can actually get it on ICC 25 man, and I have it, and I love it, and I'm never going to get rid of this transmog ever because there's no better axe in the game. So yeah, that's my top 5 list of the coolest raid bosses in Wrath of the Lich King. I know you guys have your top 5, but this is my top 5. So yeah, you have your own opinion, I have my own opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of the top 5 raid bosses in Wrath of the Lich King. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below and hit that subscribe button. It's really appreciated. And I'll see you guys on my next video.